What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? We have a green pickle that someone will hide in the tree on Christmas Eve. On Christmas morning, the first person to find it gets to open the first present. Every year my family gets together and tries to live up to our mother's terribly high expectations. Things usually end with screaming and yelling. My family hides a purple pickle somewhere around the house, and the first person who finds it earns $1 and has to hide it the next day. We eat clementines on Christmas morning. My mom always puts them in our stockings. That's why clementines taste like Christmas. For the whole week leading up to Christmas, every time I eat a clementine, I just think of Christmas morning. It will never be Christmas without a clementine, Christmas tree, tangerine. Deleted. We use a picture of Tupac as our star. My parents, Depression-era kids, early in their marriage in 1952, learned the value of shopping second-hand stores, now thrift shops, and bringing home and refinishing furniture, or fixing up things to make a charming home. Both had good taste, so they were not junk fans, just always looking for core pieces that they could afford to build a home with. $1952 and my dad still going to night school, i.e., not much income. We grew up appreciating that practice as well, and we had a Christmas tradition. If any of us found an object at a thrift store, garage sale, or bought it used and brought it home to clean, fix up, and gift, it's always wrapped the same way. In brown craft paper, or brown paper bags, wrapped just like any other gift, and tied with red string. Other gifts, sure, bright and shiny Christmas wrap with bows galore. But, salvaged goodies and used finds, those are always called our brown paper packages tied up with string. One year when we were all young adults, we all got together for Christmas and we started in on our gifts, and simultaneously, every single person reached for a brown paper package first. We just knew it would be something that had a loving detail to it, or was a great score, or a vintage treasure. My mother said, "Dad, will you look at that brown paper flying?" They were so proud that they shared that aesthetic with us. We were not searching for video games, phones, electronics. What's this bulky object in brown paper and string? That's what we want to know. Telling people Santa is fake. Santa means Satan. Jesus was not born on December 25th. It's a big fucking lie. Christmas Eve is the same meal, tuya, followed by listening to Alan Maitland read The Shepherd. Then it's the one gift we open Christmas Eve, pajamas. Everyone goes to bed but Santa drops a present in each of the kids' rooms that night. They can open it, play with it and with each other whenever they wake up, but no waking mom and dad. My kids are in their 20s now, and if it weren't for the damn COVID-19 business we would be doing this tradition again. FSCK 2020. Rather than sticking my wedding dress in a stuffy old box in the attic, I cut off the skirt and sewed it into our Christmas tree skirt so I get to enjoy it every year for a few weeks. Or at least I did, until eventually the 19-year-old cat peed on it and I tossed it out, but it was nice while it lasted. No regrets. We would cut off the bottom of the tree after we hand cut it, and over the years we would have a set of coasters from the bottom of the tree. My family always used to love taping wrapping paper up between a big doorway into our loving room. On Christmas morning my brothers and I would burst through and our mom would take a picture as we tore it down. It was really great fun and was a thing I looked forward to each year. Less than 3. It isn't a tradition so much as just how we did things. My family always had cats that wanted to be included in the fun of Christmas morning. So where other families would tidy up the wrapping paper and boxes and ribbon, we would toss it around and make as big a mess as possible. The kitties love it and will leap into the air to chase ribbons and crumpled paper, climb in and out of boxes and dart around under the tree. Also, one year our Christmas tree came with a mouse. There was much girlish shrieking as the cats chased it around and, eventually, up into the tree. We still talk about it. Growing up, Christmas Eve everyone got one present and it was always pajamas. And you had to wear them that night or Santa wouldn't come. As an adult, it's an excuse for cozy new jammies. Ever since I was a little girl, We've had a small Beanie reindeer named Rudy that moves around the house every night, kind of like the elf of the shelf, but nothing weird or crazy, for the 25 days of December until Christmas morning. The first person to find him each day wins, just bragging rights. On Christmas morning he is always in the tree, and the first person to find him then gets to open the first present. I'm turning 34 this week, and my mom still does it for me and my sisters. We design and make a new star for the tree every year. Husband is a woodworker and I would burn the tree and we display the stars all year round. Tradition going for 9 years now. My grandma used to buy us sweatpants every year. And I'm not talking the grey active wear, I'm talking thick and super soft flannel with pockets and drawstrings, not of that elastic crap. One year one of the cousins said please no sweatpants this year grandma, and I just about lost my shit. Grandma passed last year shortly after grandpa, so it will now always be a very fond memory. My mom tries, but I swear grandma had some sort of black market connection for the world's best sweatpants. My family get a tree, and we decorate it with lights and small little ornaments every Christmas. We're also a pretty big fan of candy canes, so random, I know, and we sometimes leave out cookies and milk for a man called Santa Claus. Essentially we say he's a guy who goes around and delivers presents. Then, on Christmas morning, we exchange gifts for each other. That's our Christmas tradition. I do our Christmas tree as an Advent tree. We decorate it one ornament a day, with the angel going on Christmas Eve at the top of the tree. Each ornament is a sentimental one and we will take it out the box, unwrap it, usually talk about the memory involved. Oh, this is the one we got when Auntie J came to visit and we went to that historical town. Man, I miss Auntie J, she was sweet, and we'll trip down memory lane for a minute and then put the ornament on the tree. We only have a small tree, so only do one ornament a day works well for us, but it would also work with a bigger tree if 2 people or more people put on a decoration each a day. Or if you put all your filler ones on then added the sentimental ones. Anyway, I like it as it's a way to think about family and happy memories for a month. It usually ends up with me with happy tears in my eyes as I hang the ornament. TBS run a 24-hour marathon of A Christmas Story on Christmas Day, so when my family gets up in the morning we turn it on and the channel does not move the entire day. We'll open presents and do other things, but the movie will be on in the background the whole time. From the small bits you happen to watch in like 5-minute intervals throughout the day eventually end up to you watching the whole movie different sections at a time. We have this really old box of ribbon candy from Bloomingdale's that's about 40 years old. Every year someone wraps it and gives it to another family member, and then it's that person's job next year. Always gets a laugh, and it has slowly gotten heavier and heavier over the years for some reason. We do a different themed tree every year. We spend November arguing about what kind of tree to do and then spend a night or 3 making ornaments out of craft paper, clay, yarn, etc. We did a Legend of Zelda tree this year. We've done Harry Potter, Christmas Cats, Nightmare Before Christmas, Totoro, memes, Gravity Falls. It all started one year when we were too busy to decorate the tree, so we just told the kids to find random stuff to put in the tree. It was filled with McDonald's toys, tiny stuffed animals, office supplies, and a bunch of random movie theater swag my mum had sent. The kids loved it so much, we just started making stuff every year. We save each year's ornaments and tree topper in a bag labeled with the year. Every time we got someone new who gets invited to Christmas, we buy the weirdest and lamest gift we can find. We actually make it a competition. When my parents and I would decorate for Christmas, we had a small nativity scene that would sit on our shelf in the living room. We had another one that was all glad that went behind our toilet in the bathroom that was even smaller. I think how this all started was because my dad switched the baby Jesus S and waited until I noticed. This turned into a multi-year tradition of us hiding the living room baby Jesus all over the house. Not only that, but eventually it evolved into a multi-step scavenger hunt for baby Jesus. Example, I would take a can of spinach and put it where baby Jesus lay. Then I'd put a roll of toilet paper where the spinach goes. On the toilet paper roll, I'd put a dryer sheet and etc. Sometimes we'd only notice baby Jesus was gone because there was a Christmas tree ornament in a loaf of bread or a pair of socks in the cabinet. Good fucking times. We open one gift on Christmas Eve, and that gift is pajamas. That way the kids get to open something and we all have PJs to wear for Christmas Eve.